Oh, hi there. Welcome to week 7 of Weekly Stuff and Things with Mathew Ruybal. I'm Mathew Ruybal. And yeah, welcome back. This week I'd like to start with a little bit of gaming.
You got it. Stand by for Titanfall. Bish, I'm tracking McAllen's team in the sewers. Doing okay so far.
Copy that. Keep your fingers crossed.
So Titanfall, the new futuristic war shooter from Respawn Entertainment, dropped this week. See what I did there? Dropped. Titans drop out of the... No. Okay. You know, I hadn't really planned on picking this one up right away. I wanted to play it, but I wasn't like going to rush out and grab it. But of course, I caved and did it anyways. I figured it was probably that or Dark Souls 2, and I think we all know I have no business playing Dark Souls 2. I would break controllers, possibly throw them into my television, and let's just, I mean, the game's cool, but there's no way I have the patience to play that game at all. So Titanfall, yeah, I haven't played a lot of it yet. I'm only at like rank 7 at this point. I picked it up yesterday. I do like it a lot so far. It's fast-paced. It's clean. The graphics are great. The maps so far from what I've seen are really excellent, and it's a surprisingly well-balanced game. I kind of didn't expect it to be as well-balanced. Well, with the humans and then like the mech element seems like an overbalanced kind of thing. And I imagine as it goes, they're going to kind of tweak the weapons and do stuff to keep the game finding that balance. But the lateral movement's my favorite part. Being able to wall run and like double jump up into second floor and third floor and that kind of stuff really adds a new kind of element to the combat, and I really like it. Yeah, I just need to spend more time with it before I can really give it a solid review, but at this point, it's been a lot of fun, and I would recommend playing it if you haven't checked it out yet. For those of you who have played it, what do you think? Do you like it? Is this going to take you away from Call of Duty? Is it going to take you away from Halo or whatever else you're playing? Hit the comments below and let me know. So the other day I was reading on joystick.com that they have noticed these rental options pop up in the PlayStation Store. They're not functional yet. You can't actually use them, but they're there, and that's pretty cool. It looks like a service that'll be available to people using PlayStation Now. I think this is a phenomenal idea. I mean, this trumps Redbox and GameFly simply because you don't have to go get them, or you don't have to wait for them to become available. I mean, it's digital copies, so everybody will be able to play whenever. You'll have instant access, and if you have a fast internet connection, the download shouldn't take very long. And from the picture I saw on the web, it was like a 3-day, like a 7-day, and like a 30-day. So they had these different options for rental periods. This is a great thing, and I really, really hope Microsoft's paying close attention because Sony's got them beat with this. So anyone who uses Amazon Prime knows that it's awesome. It's like the best thing ever. But how do you feel about paying more for it? We all knew this was coming. Amazon finally announced the price hike. It's moved up to $99 annually, which still isn't that bad if you order a lot of stuff online. A lot of analysts are saying this is only a stopgap measure, though. They think that the whole setup for Prime is unsustainable. It's too expensive for Amazon to keep doing it. So that's probably true. I mean, that's why you don't see a lot of other companies doing it. Because they just can't afford to do it. So if you are an Amazon Prime member, take advantage of it while you can, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not going to be around the way it is forever. Don't you hate it when you want to practice your cunnilingus skills, but there's no one around to Never fear, bitches, there's an app to fix that problem. It's called Lick This. And with 3 easy exercises, you can, become a lick master on your own time. All you need is your phone and zero shame. I can't make this up. Lick this. If, like me, you're a hip-hop fan and you like cool beats, sweet samples, and great rhymes, you've likely heard of Swollen Members. They are based out of Vancouver, Canada, and they're pretty amazing. They just recently announced that they're going to be dropping a new album called Brand New Day. No confirmed release date yet on when the album drops, but follow me on Twitter at Ruybal Rants, and as soon as I find that out, I'll hit you guys up. A few weeks ago, I mentioned that I had started reading The Painted Man by Peter V. Brett. I've since completed that book, the first in this series, and I would recommend it. It's quite good. He's set up a really interesting world in this book, and it's a pretty quick read, easy to pick up, easy to read, and it's not full of a lot of filler and boring crap. Went by really fast. And early on in the second book, which is what I'm on now, The Desert Spear by Peter V. Brett, the world, he's expanding it very drastically, and I'm really excited to see where this is going to go, so I'll kind of keep you guys updated on that. Looking for something new to read, check out The Painted Man by Peter V. Brett. It's also called The Warded Man, which was the American title, but check this out. Next, I'd like to share a really rad image with you that I found online, and then for the rest of the show I have some really cool videos I want to inform you about, link you to. So if this one's for the Game of Thrones fans out there. If you've been watching the show, you know that it's awesome. If you've read the books, you know it's even more awesome in the book form. And I know that they can't always do everything, you know, the same from one medium to the next, and that's totally fine because they've done a phenomenal job with the show. But every once in a while something pops up online, some piece of art or some reference or something that reminds me of something from the book, and I remember just how incredibly awesome the books are, even compared to how good the show is. This is one of those times. The Iron Throne, as envisioned by the show creators, is pretty cool, but it's not what George Martin originally intended when he wrote out his description of this ghastly throne. This is actually what he had in mind. This is an illustration done by artist Mark Simonetti, and even George Martin went on record saying this is a very good representation of what he had envisioned when he designed the Iron Throne. It's supposed to be built of the 1,000 swords of Aegon's enemies. It's supposed to be massive and gruesome, and it's supposed to cut people all the time because it's still taking its blood. And it's supposed to, you know, have these crazy weird stares, and the king looks down upon the throne room. And this probably, I guess, wouldn't have worked in the show. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it would have. But this is what it was supposed to look like. If you've read the books, you probably are like, yeah, okay. So just another thing that reminds us how much better books can be sometimes, even than great shows. So I wanted to share that with you guys. What do you guys think of this as opposed to the one they're using in the show? So on to some pretty sweet videos this week that I came across. This one actually took YouTube user Jonathan Keogh an entire year to create, and after watching it you'll understand why, especially if you know anything about video editing. It's called 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die. It's just over 10 minutes long, about 10 and a half minutes. It's spectacularly good if you're a film fan like I am. It's quite the treat for your senses. Even if you're not a movie fan, I think this is a really cool video to watch. You should totally check it out. Of course, the link is below. 1001 Movies You Must See Before You Die. Over at Vimeo.com, I came across this user Saman Kesh's page, and I've watched a few of his videos. They're all really, really cool. The one I want to specifically mention, it's a two-parter. He did two of them about 8 months apart, called Unfortunate Details. They're really, really well made, and if you're like me, like to watch Sherlock Holmes decipher events based off of a glimpse at a scene of something really quickly. This is kind of like that. It's got some really cool music set to it, a sequence, and it tests your observational skills and then goes back and I don't know, you have to watch it. It breaks it all down. It's really, really cool. Of course, the link is below. Check out Saman Kesh's Vimeo channel, and especially his two-parter, Unfortunate Details. And finally this week, with all the talk about drones and their place in our society, it's kind of nice sometimes to step back and see that they can also be used for really cool stuff besides spying and killing. Bet you didn't know that. Learned that here first. Check out this amazing video. It's on Devour.com's website. This shot on DSLR and hooked up to a drone, and he's flying through these Alaskan ice caves. Really, really impressive stuff. So cool because, I mean, just 5-10 years ago, we would never be able to see something like this. So the progress that we're making in some ways is so incredible. Check this video out. The link is below. I've got some new things planned for next week that I'm really excited about, so you want to come back and check those things out. Remember to follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Ruybal Rants for all the updates and whatnot. There's not a lot going on right now, but I am ramping up slowly, more content and new things, so you want to get in on that ground floor while you can before I'm like super famous and I forget all about you. That would never happen. The getting famous part. I'll forget about you anyway, but I'll probably never be famous. And as I say goodbye this week, I would like to leave you with these words. Remember, if you want something you've never had, you're going to have to do stuff you've never done. See you next week. I'm drinking coffee and Coca-Cola mixed together. It's delicious. Don't hate. Appreciate.